Hi everybody, this is Dr. Rebecca. Today I want to talk a little bit about fear in Chinese medicine and how we can use fear as a tool instead of a hindrance. Now, I don't know about you, but living in the times that we're living in now, I often get caught in these waves of fear. And again, I go back to these teachings of Chinese medicine and I find them so helpful. And so I really would like to share them with you today. So in Chinese medicine, every emotion that is challenging, such as fear, has a flip side that is something that is a tremendous gift and a tremendous benefit to you and those around you. It is called the transformation of virtue. And in Chinese medicine, the transformation of virtue of fear is wisdom. I'm going to talk a little bit about what that means. And now, when you are in a state of fear, you are most likely acutely aware of everything that you do not know and you can't control, and your powerlessness in the face of all of it. Now, when you walk through that fear into wisdom, you are still completely aware of everything that you don't know and your total powerlessness against it. And yet, you are able to stand firm in that and have the inner strength, peace, and the inner guidance to move forward and to sort of to be aware of what you don't know, but also what you do, and to know what you're powerless against, and also know what power you do have, and again, have the guidance to move forward. And the way I like to think about this is, imagine that you are inside a brightly lit house at night. And then you step outside and you're in a place like where I live here, where there are no street lights and no outside lights. When you get outside, it is dark and you can't see anything. Imagine it is a moonless night. And now it can be pretty scary. You might start to feel a little bit panicked and want to run back inside or reach for a light, reach for something. But if you stop and you wait and you let your eyes adjust, you begin to see the shadows of things. You begin to see the outlines. And the starlight actually is enough light for you to see by. You're able to navigate by that starlight. You're able to walk forward and move forward and do what you need to do by that light. And really that's what I see as wisdom. It's that navigating by starlight. And it takes a little bit of quiet. And it really does take moving through the fear. And it is so important right now. And now this is obviously easier said than done. And it is also not something that you just sort of like a one and done. Like you walked through that fear and now you're wise, end of story. No, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm sure there's some people who are in that state, but I certainly am not. For me, it comes in waves. And again, when I feel that fear come up, I think, okay, there's wisdom on the flip side of this. There's wisdom. And I'm going to talk in the next video about some of the techniques to start to do this. But I do want to mention that, again, it's not a one and done thing, and it's also not something that has to be done 100%. If you do this 2%, 1%, just a tiny bit of facing that fear and walking through it, of knowing there's wisdom on the flip side, even just starting this process can have tremendous benefits for you and for those around you. So again, I encourage you to watch the next video where I'll start to talk about how to do this. Here's to you and your health.